So, like, this is to that one Karen that was like, you're not crippled. I see you doing other things and, like, walking like that. Sometimes I can do that, you know? And sometimes I get really exhausted. My heart rate goes up and I'm about to faint or go into a seizure. And then I'm like, oh, I can use my cane because my joints are dislocating. And then sometimes I'm like, oh, I could use that one to slam your head in. But no, we don't want to do that. Sometimes my joints are just really giving out, man. So, fuck, I got to go to my wheelchair. And then here I am in my wheelchair. And then a new symptom overrides me and I just can't control my fingers and... Fuck you, Karens. All the...
So when I was 4 years old, I had surgery to correct my urethral reflux. When I was 4, the incisions that they made for this surgery looked exactly like a cesarean incision. Now let's fast forward a couple years. I have had horrendous stomach issues for years, and I was trying to get it checked out. My doctor recommended a certain procedure, and so I go in for said procedure. The nurse who is checking me in asks me if I've ever had a baby because she sees the scar. I say no. She goes, oh, so you've never had a baby? I say no. So you've never given birth? And I go, no. She looks at my mom. She looks back at me. And then she's like, okay. She then goes to give me an IV in my hand and she misses horrendously. She's digging in my hand so much that I pass out. The minute I wake up, she asks me once more if I have ever had a baby. I say, no. I told her about the urethral reflux thing too. She just did not believe me. And she was willing to hurt me to see if I would tell the truth when I already was telling the truth.
Hey guys, so I'm going to be changing my feeding tube plaster. So at the moment it's got beautiful written on it. You can't really see it because it's back to front, but it's got beautiful written on it. And I'm going to be changing it to this one, which is Simba from the Lion King. So we just... Sorry, that actually really hurts. And then we just... if we can ever get it open. There we go. And then what we do is we just put it over that and then tape it down. So now I have Simba on my face.
Argue with me about how their weird natural cure or whatever it is will cure me, and it's really annoying because literally the only thing that will change my brain malformation is some kind of surgery. You wouldn't see somebody that had like a malformed hand, right? Like, let's just say they're missing fingers, maybe their hand's just really not right. You might see someone like that and be like, hey, if you try this CBD oil, or if you try like frequency healing or whatever, all these weird ideas, you wouldn't say to them, if you try this, then your hand is going to just like grow back and be normal. But for some reason, since it's inside my head and you can't see it, you don't seem to understand that structurally wrong things don't just fix themselves with the right medication. I've had this my entire life, and I know so much more about it than you, I can promise you. Unless you have the same condition, or you're like a neurologist or something, I really just don't want to hear your opinion on how I can fix
Welcome to another Q&A about my Tourette's syndrome. Is my Tourette's permanent? Well, we don't know. Usually, children grow out of it when they hit puberty, but because I developed it when I was 17, it could go either way. Woohoo! Woo! Do I get to choose what my tics are? No, I don't, but they do change slowly over time. I've sounded like a woohoo phone notification for about 2 years now. Do I tic in my sleep? To my knowledge, no. Are people generally understanding of it? Woo! Well, I get quite an array of reactions. I get stared at by strangers a lot, thinking that I'm on drugs of some sort. When I tell people that I have Tourette's, they usually get really awkward and look at me like I've just told them I'm dying from cancer or something. But every now and again, you run into someone and you tell them, and they go, "Oh, you're gonna be so much fun." And those are always my favorite people.
Hey everyone, Dr. Mitchell here. I wanted to talk about a very important concept for all of you out there struggling with chronic illness, autoimmune disease, fibromyalgia, whatever else, and that is the people in your life. The people in your life. A few years ago, I was at a Sjogren's walk presenting on fatigue with 2 other doctors, and after I got done speaking, a woman approached me and told me she was in remission. I said, "That's freaking awesome. What did you do? What's the secret sauce?" She said, "I kicked my asshole boyfriend out of my apartment. I kicked a toxic person out of my life." This is very profound. Toxic people in your life, chronic immune activation, chronic dysregulation of your HPA axis. This can perpetuate inflammatory disease and chronic illness. You have the right to say no. You have autonomy. You can have whoever you want in your life. It's okay for you to tell people to screw off. Pay attention to this. It could be really profound, and it could be a variable that you're not paying attention to.
Let's talk about the pain scale.
Hi, Dr. Schmidt. Sure, let's talk about the pain scale and how it doesn't work for patients who have chronic pain. So I've played by your rules before, 10 being the worst pain imaginable, and I've adjusted my pain accordingly, even though I know that I have a very high pain tolerance. So let's talk about the time that I was 17 and I was in the ER and I was having severe abdominal pain. So I reported my pain as a 6 because that's what it felt like to me on my pain scale. Now the doctors took one look at me, calm, composed, collected, masking my pain like I had been taught to do. They did an x-ray and they diagnosed me with constipation and sent me home. When I ended up in the ER again 2 days later, they realized that on my x-ray there were severe kidney stones that they had missed because they didn't believe my pain number was high enough, because they didn't understand how high my scale went.
Society's expectations are dumb for a lot of reasons. Let me go through some things that society taught me had to happen that I realized as an adult through therapy and the internet that you didn't actually have to do. Number 1, you don't have to eat breakfast food at breakfast time, dinner food at dinner time. That should not be as mind-blowing as it was for me, but it was. Along those same lines, you do not have to put all the components of a meal together and assemble it like a sandwich. You can just eat all the different things and call it good. You don't have to use utensils or dirty dishes or any of those things. Still counts as a meal. You don't have to stand in the kitchen while you meal prep. You can chop stuff sitting down in front of the couch. You can sit on the floor. I mean, not probably if you have animals, because my German Shepherd would enjoy that too much. You can be sitting at the kitchen table. You can just have a stool in the kitchen, which is what I do. You also, this is my favorite one, you don't have to fold and put away your clothes. You don't even have to hang them up. They're still clean clothes.
This is why you feel tired and you're still struggling with weight gain and hair loss, even after going on thyroid medication. Synthroid, for example, supports T4, your inactive thyroid hormone. But we have to see that T4 convert to active T3 to actually see an improvement in our symptoms. So this is why a lot of people go on medication and they're like, I don't really feel any different. My name's Fiona. I'm a nutrition student and health coach. So if you want daily tips and tricks, follow me on here and Instagram. So Fiona, how can I convert T4 to active T3? How can I do that? Supporting the conversion sites. The majority of your T4 to active T3 is converted in your kidneys, your gut, and your liver. I am a huge fan of bone broth for gut health. Cucumbers and beets are rich in glutathione, which are incredibly supporting for your liver, so that is a great option. I could go on and on about this, so let me know if you want a part 2.